Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Vidiot on Demand. I am your host, Phillip Williams. I saw recently the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. So, let's talk about it.
I need to have reality to be focused on me. I'm on TV. I am a Vidiot.
Go ninja, go, go, subscribe.
So just before we get started, I just want to say that I, of course, support the Writers Guild of America and the SAG-AFTRA strike. There's a big strike going on in Hollywood right now. If you want to make movies, if you want to make television shows, and if you're going to be writing and or acting in it, you want to know that these huge companies aren't just going to use AI or whatever to just screw you out of making a livable wage. So I, of course, support them, and I hope you do too. This video isn't really about promoting Hollywood and getting you to go see all the movies during this time. It's more celebrating the craft that went into it, and boy, this one is something to celebrate. If you haven't noticed, I'm a huge fan. Raphael was my boy. He's right there. I'm a huge fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In fact, there's a lot I could say about the different iterations of the Turtles. And maybe, if you're curious, comment below if you want to know my favorite iterations, and we could talk more about it. But I am here to talk about Mutant Mayhem. Is this a good movie? I really enjoyed it. I find it very, very charming. I think it's really genius move to have actual teenagers play and voice the characters of our heroes, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Donatello's voice in particular sounds so adorable because of how incredibly young he sounds. And I think they have casted all of them very well. I enjoyed their interactions with each other. The animation, I think, is probably the biggest star of this film. But this is, of course, a little more Spider-Verse style. It's more stylized. Each one of the characters, all the human characters, have a very stylized look. Everything looks as if it was sketched. Every background looks like pencil marks you can see clearly everywhere. And there's something really amazing about that. It truly feels like a love letter to where they came from as homemade comic books that two guys made. So I love that. I love the references to the cartoons, of course. There's so many like characters that I vaguely remember showing up in the cartoon and in comic books and go, oh yeah, there's that, oh yeah. But then of course, there's other things that make you feel a little like, oh, well, I missed the characterization of this character, and I miss that they went in that direction instead of this direction. Sure, there are things about this new reboot that can get you to feel a little like, oh, well, it's a shame they didn't do it that way. But all in all, I think that this, weirdly, is the film that feels the most like the X-Men, given that they have one word in common, mutant, in which the storyline really is like, if you live in a world that could fear and hate you, do you still stand up and try to protect them? And that theme has almost never been really dealt with in most of the media that I've seen starring these guys, these four turtles. So it is kind of interesting. They may have really touched on those things, but this feels like this is the theme they really heavy-handedly try to throw at you, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I think that they do well with the comedy in the film. This is the most dad-like you've ever seen Splinter. He's not like this wise sage like a Jedi or something like that, or some wizard like he's always been portrayed before. This is the most just average dude dad that I've ever seen, even though, yeah, he's a successful ninjutsu guy, but it's also kind of like, let's be honest, he's just like, I love my boys and I'm trying my best. And that's kind of relatable. I think that they managed to get all of the characters to feel very relatable. I saw it with my friend Furby, who you may remember from the Furby saga. And this is her wearing an awesome outfit, all decked out in her Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She had Michelangelo shoes on. I definitely think this is one that's good enough to take the kids to. If you have kids, we've already greenlit a sequel and even some sort of series, apparently. That's what I've heard in the news. And this does end with kind of a sequel bait, if you will. It sort of introduces something. So I feel like the Seth Rogen and his team who produced and wrote this movie, they really had probably already thought out where this could go. And in my brain, it's like, okay, we'll do the second one, it'll be this. And the third one, it'll be this. So it has an arc and it gets bigger and grander in scale. I think that if they go in that direction, that could be really cool. And I think that the way they end where the characters are at kind of changes the status quo. As far as I know, I don't think they've done that sort of thing, which could make for interesting storytelling, things that can happen in the future. So I'm looking forward to what they do there. And I would love it if certain other characters were introduced. Where are my Ninjara heads at? You guys remember Ninjara? Fan of Ninjara. I think she'd be cool if they added her to that. There's a lot you can do. The sky's the limit. I hope this is a huge success and that they do more of this, because this style of animation is really exciting to me. And I think that there's potential here to make something truly great. This could be like a really good theatrical film trilogy finally for the Turtles. So here's hoping. I really love the Turtles. Cowabunga. I hope you remember me when you become rich and famous. See you later.